If you want to start a 100-day project, here are 5 tips to set you up for success. Number 1, make it fun and easy. So do something that feels enjoyable and that's not out of your skill range. Like, that's just maybe slightly challenging to you, very slightly. Number 2, keep it short and sweet. This is so important. Don't think of your best days, like the ideal days, like having these expectations of like showing up for 100 days, an hour each day. That's not going to happen. I mean, maybe for you, but not for me. So think of your worst days, your busiest days, when you're sick, when your kids are sick, when you're like up, like to there with work. 5 to 10 minutes, that's something that you want to aim for. That's what you will probably manage each single day. If you have longer, go for it. Nobody's telling you to stop after 5 minutes. But if you can check off that day in just 5 minutes, that's ideal. Tip number 3, prepare. Whatever you're doing, think of what you can do in advance. Like cut up 100 pieces of paper in the size that you want to do your project in. Get your sketchbook ready. Prepare your collage papers. Put all the paints on your table, in a box, on a tray, however you want to set up your workspace. If you have, to put everything away every day, make it so it's really easy, like have a basket or box or ideally, leave it as it is if you have the space to do that. If you have any batch tasks that you can do, for example, I was once doing stamps, so I had to glue things on pieces of cardboard. So I created the stamps on the first day of the week when I had to glue something, and then on the following days I just had to create the artwork. So it took off that additional waiting time of things to dry and getting started. Tip number 4, and this is a big one: embrace limitations and be really specific. So limit yourself. Limit yourself with your colors maybe. Limit yourself with your tools, with size or with subject. Just draw a bird every day and not an animal. So, or maybe even just a pigeon. So make it even smaller. And then being specific also involves like the time frame, the format. So don't say I will do something creative for 100 days, but I will, cut shapes from a piece of paper or from a specific magazine and glue it to my sketchbook page with a glue stick. That would be really specific. And I will do that for 5 minutes. Tip number 5, make it a priority. If you really want to do something, it's more likely that you're going to finish than if you're just like, I'm just going to give it a try and I'll see how far I'll get. Make it a priority. Give yourself some accountability. Tell someone about it. Post it somewhere that you're going to do that. For some people, it's really useful to have that accountability. For me, it works really well if I have that. But I have to be really careful that for example, the posting on social media doesn't become a burden that keeps me from doing the whole thing. Because that could be like photographing something, posting, writing a caption, that could be a 100-day project in itself. So make sure it's not getting a burden, but you have some really easy way of being accountable. Maybe you found a buddy. And the last tip, be kind to yourself. If you fall off the track, get back on. Don't pause longer than 2 days. That's what everyone says about habit building. If you pause longer than 2 days, it's really hard, or it's harder to get back on track. Just keep going the next day. Nobody's going to tell you that you have to finish this within 100 days. You can take 120 days if you missed a few, so that's totally okay. And if you don't finish, you can also be proud of yourself and give yourself a pat on your shoulder if you just finished 30 days. That's amazing. If you need some ideas or want to check out the class that I created after my first 100-day project, I will link it below. It's a really fun one. It's my first online class, and it will give you a lot of inspiration. I go into depth into all kinds of things, not just showing you what I use, but also talk about, color mixing, color combinations, color schemes, composition, different kinds of paints, whatnot. It's a fun class, so be sure to check it out. And if you liked this video, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.